Trigger Happy here, and I'm back again with another tutorial. This is another transition tutorial, and the program I will be using is Adobe After Effects. So let's begin. This is what the final product will look like. It's a pretty simple transition, so it won't be that hard. See, it's playing and then it just switches. That looks pretty good, and it's very simple to do, so let's begin. What you want to do is open up After Effects, which I already have open, and import your clips. So here are my two clips open, and I'm just gonna select which one I want to go first, which is this one, and I am going to split the layer right, say here. So go to Edit and Split Layer, and basically just delete the layer that you split. Just delete this and bring down your second clip and just put it on top. So I'm just gonna, let's see, well, I wanted to start right there, so I'm just gonna do that. So you want to leave like or you want to have it overlap each other. So now what you want to do is go to Layer, New, and add an adjustment layer. So on the adjustment layer, just go to your Effects and Presets and type in Offset. And then you'll see something called Distort Offset. Just drag that onto the adjustment layer. So in the beginning of the second clip, you want to go right there and press Shift Center 2, and then just press the stopwatch to add a keyframe, and now you want to go to the end of the clip, or after the first clip, and basically just add another keyframe. So let me press U on the adjustment layer, just press U on your keyboard and add another keyframe. Now to that keyframe, you want to go over to the effects control in your left hand corner, and where you see 360, you just want to click on it, and then on your numerical keypad on your keyboard, where in between / and minus, you want to press the little star, which is the times, hold on, times, and then I like to use 13. One thing you should note is that the number you put after the star, it has to be an odd number. If it's an even number, then it's gonna stop like halfway in the screen. So you might be wondering, nothing's happened when I put that in. So if you scroll backwards, you see it does a like I really don't know what to call this, like it's moving up and down, or it's moving down, I should say. So that looks good right there. So now what I like to do is in the effects and preset box, just type directional, direct, and just add a directional blur and add that to the adjustment layer. And in the beginning, just go back over here in the effect control box and add a keyframe by pressing the little stopwatch button, and then go halfway in and put it to 50, and then go at the end and put it back to 0. So now what you see, it's blurry while it's doing it. So I'm just gonna, on the adjustment layer, you want to press U to show the keyframes, and then on the offset, which is the top one, just want to click and drag to highlight both of them and press, and well, you cannot press, well, I cannot press F9 because I'm currently recording. So you should just press F9 on your keyboard, and I'll just right click on it, keyframe assistance, and add an easy ease. So now I'm just gonna go to while I'm still clicked on the adjustment layer, I want to go to graph editor and click the button. And hold on, you want to click the keyframe and then click the graph editor. And then you want to click these little bars down here and basically just drag them in to make it smoother. So when you play it, see it starts off slow, moves fast, and then ends slowly. And now you could just unpress that. So now I'm just gonna add a effect, color correction, and go to curves. And then I'm just gonna go to the beginning of the first or second clip and add a keyframe. So on the adjustment layer, you just press U again to bring up the keyframes, and then go to the end of the first clip and add another keyframe. Now in the beginning, you wanna basically add a color correction. But once you've done that and you go back to the beginning, you're gonna see all these little squares on the timeline, or those little line things. So what you want to do is just hold it and just quickly drag it off to bring them off, because you really don't need that many. Hold and then drag it off, hold and drag it off, hold and drag it off. And then I'm just going to add a color correction to it. So I'm just going to bring it down and make it darker, and I'm going to add a blue, and basically do the same for this line again. Hold, drag it off, hold, drag it off, and so forth. And I'm just gonna bring this down, add that pretty nice effect. So see, it's playing, and then yeah. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there's like this jump from clips. So what I like to do is just go a few seconds in, and let me close this, and on the second layer you want to press T on your keyboard to bring up the opacity and add a keyframe and set that keyframe to 0. Go forward a few frames and bring it back to 100. 100 down, 100. Alright, so when you see it, it's like it starts the slide on the first clip and then fades in to the second clip. And because it's going to be moving fast, you're not going to really notice it. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, or let me just ramp preview this to show you guys. And RAM preview. That looks good, but I know you guys could hear from the RAM preview, the sound is still there. So what I like to do is go back to the beginning of the second clip and press L on that one and L on the bottom one, and just set a keyframe for those. So on the top clip, you want to put that all the way down to -48 decibels, and leave the bottom one at 0. Go forward about halfway and put the bottom one to -48 decibels, and then at the end of the bottom clip, you want to put the second clip back to 0. So let me RAM preview that again, and you'll hear how perfect it sounds. See? That's much better. So let me just drag this out. I'm gonna trim comp, right click, trim comp, and then I'm just gonna add a color correction to my clip. So I go to effect and match bullet looks. I'm just gonna add a, let's see, let's see. I'm gonna add this one's amazing, and that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna copy and paste this by pressing Control C and paste it on the first clip. Press Control V. So now you're completely finished. That is the effect that I wanted to show you guys, and it's a pretty neat and yet simple effect. So yeah, thanks a lot and goodbye.